Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another episode where you'll hear stories about people saying that they know the owner when they don't. The stories in this episode come from r/Tales from Retail and r/I Don't Work Here Lady subreddits. I hope you stay for all the stories today and subscribe for future videos. This story's titled, "It Helps If You Know the Owner." This happened about 2 years ago. The restaurant that I work in is a small family-owned place. Very nice food with pretty high prices and extremely good reviews. One week, on a Thursday, the maitre d' is taken to hospital with appendicitis, so naturally, he couldn't work his regular shifts the Friday and Saturday night. So I tell everyone I'll do it and fill in for him. Friday evening, I'm waiting tables, operating the cash register, and acting as maitre d', as are the other two waiters, Dave and Phil. As I said, it's a small place, we all chip in. The really busy part of the night is winding down, and things are a little quieter. I'm just greeting a couple and checking their reservation when a group of 5 women come in the front door, all dressed in business attire. The leader of the pack looks to be a Karen, and I'm guessing is about 45 to 48 years old. The other 4 women look to be in their early to mid-30s. I think the women had come from some kind of seminar or convention at a nearby hotel because some were still wearing name tags from the venue, and I suspect they'd all been drinking, which might account for their behavior in what happens next. As they're waiting for me to finish with the couple who are ahead of them, the leader is saying loudly to the other 4, "Yes, this is an extremely good restaurant. Fantastic food. It has great reviews in all the newspapers and magazines. A bit pricey, but well worth it. But that's no problem, because it's all going on the corporate credit card. Right, girls?" The girls all laugh at this. Then, she goes on to describe the restaurant in really glowing terms. In fact, she was pretty much quoting word for word a review the restaurant got in a travel magazine about a month before. It's like she committed the review to memory or something. And then she finished with, "I eat here all the time, whenever I'm in town. I'm a regular." I thought that was kind of strange, as I don't even remember seeing her in the restaurant, probably boasting to her friends. Oh well, no matter. After seating the couple that had come in before them, I return to the Karens and the group at the front desk, smile and say, "Good evening, ladies. Welcome to XYZ Restaurant. How may I help you?" The leader says, "We want a table for 5. I reply, "Certainly, ma'am. Do you have a booking?" She says no. I say, "Sorry, ladies, but at the moment we're fully booked. However, if you'd like to wait at the bar, or perhaps come back in 45 minutes, I'll get you seated as soon as I can." The leader says loudly, reeking of whiskey breath, "No, you will seat us now. I made arrangements with the owner for a table tonight." I ask, "When did you speak to the owner about making reservations?" She quickly looks at the girls and with a smug expression says, "Wednesday afternoon. I came in personally to speak to the owner. He's a very good friend of mine. He's not going to be very pleased when I tell him about your incompetence. Someone dropped the ball on this one." This sends the 5 women into fits of giggling, while the leader looks proud of her dominance. I say, "Oh, okay. I think I understand." Karen again with her whiskey-filled breath says, "You don't look smart enough to understand anything. The owner probably told you to book me and you just forgot. I'm telling you, we have a reservation tonight." More laughter from the girls. Just then, Dave, one of the other waiters, comes out of the kitchen and walks past. I call him over and introduce him to the group. I said, "Ladies, I'd like you to meet Dave. He's worked as a waiter here for 7 years. The women don't look impressed. Karen says, "Why do we need to know who Dave is?" Then I say, "Dave, who's the owner of this place?" Dave looks really puzzled for a few seconds and then says, You do, Chris." I then turn to the group and repeat, "Sorry, ladies, but at the moment, we're fully booked. However, if you'd like to wait at the bar, or perhaps come back in about 45 minutes, I'll get you seated as soon as I can." Karen says, "Come on, girls, we're leaving. The food here is horrible and overpriced anyway." They all leave. I don't know if they had a booking arranged with another owner at another restaurant, or if they ate fast food that night. Don't know, don't care. The owner had a lot of patience in this one. If that were me, I'd be like, damn it, Karen, I don't remember talking to you, you drunk, lying sack of sh**. This story's titled, Lady Claims to be the Owner's Daughter. So a little backstory on where I work. It's a very small family business where we sell pools and pool chemicals. Only 2 desks in our office which can fully see into the showroom. 1 desk for the manager, and 1 for me. Also, when I say small business, I mean it. Normally it was always just me, the assistant manager, and my mom, the manager. However, we had recently hired someone new that was a little older than me. I was 21 at the time, and my new coworker was 28. My mom had to go pick up some office supplies for us and mail off some bills, so it was just me and my coworker. We weren't very busy at the time since it was a weekday and fairly close to closing time, so I was sitting at my desk, and he was at the manager's desk since he didn't have his own. We're both on our phones playing around and waiting to hear the door open. We hear the door open, and my coworker, we'll just call him Matt, starts to get up, and I tell Matt that I've got this one, so he sits back down. I stand up and see this lady. Karen and her kid come in and start walking around. I walk out to the showroom and welcome them to the store and ask if they need help finding anything. Karen says, "We're just looking right now. I'll let you know if we have any questions." Karen's kid says, "I want a pool toy. Where's the toys at?" I responded, "Well, the pool toys are right over there in the aisle by the door, and on the wall there." I motion to the wall where the displays were. Karen then says, "I told you we don't need any help right now." I just step back and walk into the office, not wanting any confrontations this close to closing. They continued around for another few minutes when I heard the kid hollering from the front of the store. I look up, and the kid was climbing on the ladder samples, which clearly have neon green signs that say, "Do not climb on." So I walked up to the front of the store and politely told the kid that he couldn't climb on them. Karen is her Karen self and says something along the lines of, "Don't tell my kid what to do." And the kid, who's 10, starts crying. I said, "I'm sorry, but it's against company policy to have anyone climbing on them for safety purposes." I point at the sign that says you can't, and Karen says, "Well, you should have made that sign bigger." I'm not the best at containing my frustration, and when I get frustrated at someone, my sarcasm comes out with absolutely zero filter. The kid's been running around our store screaming like a banshee, and I was getting very annoyed. Me, under my breath, said, "Well, maybe try using your eyes next time." Karen said, "What did you say to me?" I said to look for a sign next time you want to let your son climb all over the displays in the store, and walked away. She continues walking around with the kid still crying until she gets to one corner where we have some Legos for the kids to play with. Mind you, the area is roped off with all the lights shut off to that corner. The kid screaming said, "I want to play with those Legos." I wasn't even in the mood to say no, as long as it stopped him from crying. Then he brings them out from the designated area and throws them down the aisles at our toy displays. I had enough because I knew I was gonna have to clean it up and told him, "You're not allowed to take the Legos from the play area. Please put them back where you got them." Karen says, "Who do you think you are talking to my son that way?" I'm simply telling you both that what he's been doing is not allowed in the store and he needs to stop. Then Karen drops the bomb and says, "Well, how dare you talk to us that way? I'll have you know that I'm the owner's daughter, and I'll have you fired for this." Mind you, the owners are my grandparents, and she sure as hell isn't my aunt. Karen walks up to Matt and says, "Have you heard how your employee talks to me? He's the rudest employee I've ever met, and as the owner's daughter, I demand he get written up or fired." Matt says, "Well, I can't do that. I can't fire him because he's my boss." Karen finally shuts up and looks at me while I'm grabbing the picture frame off the wall. I slide it in front of her and point to my label. I showed her my name, the assistant manager with grandson underneath my name and title. Her face turned every shade of red under the sun. So you mean to tell me that you're a long-lost aunt of mine, because if not, you can get the hell out of the store. She practically dragged her kid out of the store while trying to run out the doors. She kept pushing on our doors, trying to get out. They're pull doors. There's only one thing more embarrassing than saying that you know the owner. It's claiming that you're a family member and related to the owner when you know you're not. Oh, poor Karen. That must have been so embarrassing. Poor Karen. Hello. I hope you enjoyed the stories in this episode. If you liked the stories, hit that like button and leave a comment. If you aren't subscribed, you'll want to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss future stories. See you guys in the next one.